Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, including news of a tail-wagging dog deal in Australia. But first, the US Treasury reported that the US federal government actually posted a surplus in June. Revenues were higher than expected, expenses lower, and a monthly surplus of $71 billion was recorded. That is the third one in the current budget year, and the overall deficit will be smaller than originally planned. The improvement in US labour markets has surprised policymakers too. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the Federal Reserve's regional bank presidents are debating whether to push interest rates up from zero sooner than planned because of these recent improvements. The FOMC itself is looking at other ways to tighten. 2015 may be the year that the US Fed follows Graham Wheeler up, and it may be earlier in the year than many expect. But it won't be until they start withdrawing the more than $1 trillion in QE money printed that you will know that the GFC policy response is over. Then the US Congress can start to invest in its long-term and deferred and ageing public infrastructure. The leadership will then move from monetary policy to fiscal policy. But given the state of US politics, don't hold your breath. In Australia overnight, we see the emergence of a deal that shows how small political parties can distort public policy. The billionaire Clive Palmer's party has succeeded in getting new disclosure and penalty regime on companies modified so that it won't apply to most businesses, his included. Remember, a similarly sized billionaire is also involved in New Zealand politics, hoping to be in a position to influence policy outcomes that favour his predicament. It can happen in our backyard, as the Australian example shows. The international equities market ended last week on a strongly positive note in what was actually a poor week. Yields on benchmark US Treasury 10-year bonds also ended the week in New York unchanged at 2.52%. The oil price dropped more than $2 a barrel to just over $100 a barrel in the US and $107 for the Brent benchmark. These are the lowest levels since April. The gold price inched up again, is now $1,339 an ounce. And we start today with the New Zealand dollar holding on to its gains. We're at 88 US cents, 94 Aussie cents, and the TWI is now just under 81.9. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.